All right, we is on the it's there.
All righty, got it there, and let me make sure I got it here. All righty, peace and greetings to you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghazi Bay here in Morocco at Northwest of Mexico. How are you? Guys, welcome to our 7-day tropical medical astro weather report for the 15th to the 21st February 2024, right? And I am here with our magnificent and beloved brother, and whom we well pleased, Brother Sean Lane L. And we are about to go in on this thing without further ado. We're going to knock it out with quickness, give a little flash testimonials. However, I will say before we get started, guys, we're encouraging those that are sincere about, jurisprudence and really comprehending, more of how we exercise jurisprudent thinking. And you want to be a part of a more Moorish American focused concept correction jurisprudent exercise that's going to happen after Lawful Living's intermediate jurisprudence workout tomorrow. So, you show you're a part of PMAP and you show up for Thursday's intermediate courses for PMAP on Thursdays. After that, I'll be opening my Zoom for you guys to come on through. Via the Zoom. Just let me know ahead of time. I don't care. I mean, I see now Facebook has reconnected Messenger to the app, so now I can respond to messages on the Facebook app on my phone. I was not using it. It's so funny. I went and checked the Messenger. I had like messages that I missed from a couple years ago. But let alone, like, it's probably people thinking like, that brother never got back to me about astrology. He must not be serious. I just wasn't using Messenger. I wasn't downloading it. I didn't have enough space on this iPhone 6S. And I was just like, and then when I had it on my iPad, it was just like my iPad started working really weird and funny acting. I was just like, let me take Messenger off my iPad. It's not really helping me. So now Messenger is back connected to, it's not connected for you. I just saw your face, bro.
No, I was trying to find something. Yeah, we good.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so Messenger now we can be contacted through Facebook for those that know the Facebook, for Hasan Ghazi Obey or Astrology Street, All Rights Reserved, Shaunaline L on Facebook. For Instagram, it's 7HealStar and Astrology Street. For Brother Sean, it's 720 Astral Healing. TikTok, 7HealStar and Astrology Street. For Brother Sean, it is Leo Mercury Moor 711 and official 720 Astro Healing also. Pick one to reach out to us on, guys. It's not tough. Email 7healstar@gmail.com. And guys, I relay messages. If you mention like, hey, I want to be able to get in contact with Brother Sean, but I couldn't find whatever, just let me know. It doesn't, harm me to be like, hey, bro, so and so and so and so is looking to, contact with you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, next day, Thursday, right? We can link up after Lawful Living's jurisprudence for the intermediate PMAP jurisprudence exercise, right? And I mean, if you're not Moorish American, you can show up. I'm more focused on this is, Prophet Noble Ali speaking to the fact that Prophet Noble Ali is a universal prophet. Alrighty. His philosophy is universal. He just came to us Moors first because we need him the most. So Prophet Noble Ali is the prophet for everyone on the planet, actually. And again, what we're focused on mainly is concept correction pertaining to jurisprudence. I'm grateful and thankful to have spoken to an attorney near the Georgia State Republic who basically hears cases pertaining to what's that called? Cases pertaining to
What do you say, like
what was it?
public?
Electoral
Something like that?
fraud. What do you
Oh
say?
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
like partisan elections or something like that, I think.
Yeah, Wayne B. Kendall, right? And I think we'll probably go over a little bit of that because I think it's going to be important to like look at these things because there's just, to me, it's just a lot of classes out there. It's a lot of finances being exchanged. I mean, a whole lot of it, a great amount of it is not coming to us. I don't know why. Like, it really should be, in terms of at least people appreciating what it is that we provide. However, with that being said, what I'm recognizing is the need for there to be a community to further practice looking at what is actually what, because I think there needs to be, especially within the Moorish community, more success stories. And I mean, we need to see it without people having to basically, violate their own religion to be able to have access to their dominion because it's under the occupation of belligerent trustees. So let's get to sharing the screen. I guess I can go and see too who's in the chat thus far, if anyone showed up yet. It usually takes time. Right? But guys, we're here at 7HealStar Astro Calendar for March Aries 2023 to February Pisces 2024. Maybe there'll be another calendar soon. I don't know. I don't know if I want to make another calendar or not. We'll see. Because out of the whole time we had this calendar being promoted over the last 3 years, only one being has ever gotten the calendar. And so I get it, man. Most people may not comprehend the value. They may think that the value of it needs to be a lot more quote unquote affordable. However, like, astrology is serious endeavors. And, as many as the tools that I have at my, disposal, there's a lot of, even elders in the Moorish community, for real, that's doing astrology. I think they mainly deal with the Albion. They don't really even deal too much with Moors in the Moorish community because, and sharing wisdom to me is like, it's not as much support in the Moorish community. And so, I see that, what I mean? Been seeing it for quite some time, actually. And it's like, some of the best supporters, besides the handful of Moors, have been Albion sons and daughters. I can't even deny it. So it is what it is. We're going to continue to, as Brother Sean say, fuck with who fucks with us. You know what I mean? So with that being said, quote, time never was, but man was not, and we're quoting El Haj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali.
You ain't even showing your screen, bro. It just got it black.
Really? Let's go back here and see what's calculating. Let's stop that there.
While you do that,
go here.
Peace and love to Brother Tyro says peace and love, everyone. Mother Janelle Blash Hill says peace and love. And Brother Derek Blash Blade says peaceful greetings, everyone.
Indeed, peaceful greetings to you all. Gratitude for joining us. Let me go and monitor this thing myself. Also, wow, this is video 493 that we are embarking upon today. All right. So yeah, to Brother Tyro, Mother Janelle, and Brother Derek. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow you guys want to show up. Like a couple Thursdays ago, we had something after Lawful Living Jurisprudence Gem Intermediate Jurisprudence Exercise last Thursday. Well, it was two Thursdays ago. And shout out to Mother Sahar, because she was the one who was very upfront about it needing to happen more often. So I think we can definitely accommodate that. Thanks to Mother Sahar just saying, look, it needs to happen more often. And so we are inviting, first and foremost, those of you that take recognition pertaining to what Prophet Noble Ali has reminded all of us of, and that's that we are descendants of Moroccans. made manifest on this American soil, even though it's in the 101s as descendants of Moroccans born in America. Our nationality being Moorish American, even though I know there's some beings out there who I guess disagree with Prophet Noble Drew. However, like I said, it is open to those that are sincere about really comprehending the jurisprudence exercise or would like to come and do jurisprudence exercises and further correcting their concepts. So that's how that goes for how I'm seeing it. All right. So with that being said, moving really slow. Let's get right into this. 7HealStar Astro Calendar from March Aries 2023 to February Pisces 2024. Quote, time never was when man was not, end quote. And we are quoting Al-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdullah Ali doing religious corporate activity via affidavit being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Right. So with that being said, we're looking at the moon cycle pertaining to the air sign Aquarius, the water bearer, anciently ruled by Saturn, contemporarily assisting Saturn is Uranus, and the water sign Pisces, which the sun ingresses Pisces, I think 19 minutes after 2300 hours. Brother Sean will be giving testimony to that. Well, actually, no, I will. I will be giving testimony to that actually for the 18th, which also is a Kadashi TT. So we will be giving you guys a heads up about the Kadashi fast. So you can fast from eating grain at least in a scientific fashion and see how your body and mind benefits from abstaining from grain for that 25 hours and 6 minutes for this particular Ekadashi TT that's commencing at about 22:20 on the 18th. However, in moving forward, this moon cycle, this particular month also has the water sign Pisces, the fish, right? Anciently and contemporarily ruled by Jupiter, with the co-ruler in modern times being Neptune. All right. And so in moving forward here, we are now looking at the calendar, and we are giving our testimony again for the 15th to the 21st. And for the 15th, starting us off is our beloved brother, whom well please, Brother Sean Ali Mel, as he goes in on those three testimonies, while Taurus continues its, Luna continues its transit through Taurus. Remember, we had a void of course moon today, alrighty, from 5:20 anti-meridian Eastern until 10:02 anti-meridian Eastern. So we're well past that moon void of course. Luna is now transiting its exaltation sign. And Brother Sean will go in on those three testimonies to start us off. For the 16th, for the first quarter moon, is I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey. I will be knocking out these 6 transits, and there's 2 ingresses also that's taking place. So obviously we have a Venus void, of course, right now in Capricorn. However, Venus will eventually ingress Aquarius, and Luna will also ingress Gemini. Alrighty, after a 4-hour and 38-minute void, of course, making its last aspect square to the sun before going on a 4-hour and 38-minute void, of course, until it ingresses Gemini at 14:39 or 2:39 post meridian Eastern. All right. Then on the 17th is Brother Sean Ali Mel going in on that Saturn day as Luna continues its transit through Gemini. He will go in on those 2 testimonies there. For Sunday, on the 18th, it is I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey. I will go in on these 3 transits, and we have 2 ingresses, right? After Luna is void, of course, after being trine to the sun, Luna is void, of course, and will thus ingress. It has to be void, of course, for 5 minutes, and then it will ingress its sign where it feels at home, right? Cancer. And then the sun ingresses Pisces also on the 18th at 2300 hours and 13 minutes. I said 19 minutes after 2300, but it's actually 13 minutes after 2300 or 11:13 post meridian Eastern. For the 19th, this is Brother Sean Ali Mel knocking out those 2, count them 2 testimonies as Luna continues its transit via Cancer. I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey, will be giving testimony as Luna continues its transit in Cancer for that Luna sextile Uranus. And closing us out is Brother Sean Alim L for the 21st, where he'll go in on those 4 testimonies. And a Luna ingressing Leo after completing his transit through Cancer, it will go through a 7-hour and 2-minute void course from 1:38 anti-meridian Eastern till 8:40 anti-meridian Eastern. All right. And so you guys know for every Luna void of course, every moon void of course we mentioned, make no major transactions because moon void of course is seen as buyer's remorse. However, we encourage everyone to schedule your mirror astro literacy session with I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey, and get your mental magician report from Brother Sean Alim L. These are paramount for you to have. It is best to know yourself. Did you know yourself, or do you know yourself? You know, that's a did you question there, right? Did you know that that's what the astrology is for you to really know yourself and really be able to use it practically? Shout out to our TUPAC members, right? Shout out to the TUPAC members, honestly. You guys know who you are. I hope you don't mind me, well, maybe I'll ask Saturday for their permission to send out an email. Hey, you guys mind if I mention who the TUPAC members are thus far? I guess once we get up to like 100, 200 members, like, ooh, I can't list everybody. I gotta read everybody's application. Since it's just about 2 handfuls of us, it's just saying shout out to you guys. It's because I know that TUPAC members are really getting in. At least I know besides those that are 7HealStar and besides our 2 newest members, I know that 3 of the members are definitely focused on this daily observance pertaining to their astrology with the techniques shared with them to do so. And I really I really do encourage that those that have not had their mirror astro literacy session or gotten a mental magician report, do so. It's got to come a time where if you're giving your finances to a lot of other things that really isn't the foundation to solving our social and economic issues, then I mean, I don't know why you're not giving a 7HealStar, because not only are we assisting with solving our social and economic issues by making sure we are keeping a comprehensive way available for you to, comprehend the astrology. What we are also doing, you can correct me if I'm wrong, what we are also doing is going over the concepts in our minds and further refining those concepts when it comes to jurisprudence, so that we're able to really see what it is that we already have and how we can move forward in other things. Maybe we do need to have sessions where we look at our, name correction and judicial notice and proclamation and really review it and go over it. Has there ever been a class where people are really sitting together and really reading that thing? Like, is it? I don't remember one ever. What about the judicial notice and proclamation? I've never seen anyone go over it in like a class form. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like a class type form.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. If it's happened, cool. I just didn't witness it. So shout out to you if you've done it before, whomever you are. All right. So Mother Sahar says peaceful greetings to everyone. Peaceful greetings, Mother Sahar. Okay, so let's get right to this weather report without further ado. Stop screen share here. And let's get started on the screen share here. All righty. Boom shakalaka. There we go. And Let me make sure. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's fix that. Hey, yo. All right. So, here we are. Right. This is. Oh, okay. I was on the wrong part. There we go. Looking for the calendar on my other device here. And we see sunrise is commencing at 3 minutes and 16 seconds after 0700 hours. And I yield the floor to our beloved brother, whom will please, Brother Sean Ali L. Islam.
Islam. Alrighty, so we are for sunrise for tomorrow, Thursday. Sun's at 26 degrees Aquarius, 17 minutes, as Brother Hasan stated earlier. Rolling over that seventh house cusp. So with just this, as we stated last weather report, the sun's in the astrological degrees, so it's a good time to really get to know yourself. Whether you're getting sessions, reading books, listening to others, or even really just going within your own mind, your own temple, right? With it being at a Cancerian degree. So now you're finding hidden gems within yourself, that could be showing up in your partnerships or really just within your own heart. I think the people just really have some realizations about themselves when they go within. And then the people can start to stray away from looking for things outside of themselves, even though that's not what they've been taught. They can use logic and make the necessary changes of the mind. And with that, I yield the floor. Occurring before sunrise, we have a Luna conjunct Jupiter, right? And it's definitely in that ninth house. All right. I said ninth house. Sixth house, but at 9 degrees, right?
Islam.
All right, so yeah, Moon and Jupiter. We know Jupiter's a benefic. This is at 9 degrees, so this is a Sagittarian degree. And with Luna being exalted, I gotta say here, this is kind of a treat yourself type of day. Maybe go to the library. Jupiter's ruling ascendant, so maybe go to the library, read some books, or get you an audiobook, listen to an audiobook, or just something foreign that you're not used to doing. Whether it's fitness or health, it's a great time, yeah, just to really look at and review your current lifestyle and be open to making any necessary changes um, for yourself. You might even buy some dumbbells. I don't know why dumbbells came out. Somebody might buy themselves some dumbbells, a little mat, and just start doing simple things at home. Um, and as simple as that, if one doesn't want to be out around others, you can do it from the own comfort of your home. And with that, I yield the floor. Ooh, next up, we have a lunar square Mercury. Alrighty. Man, I knew it too. I ain't gonna act like I don't even see it. Uh, yeah, Luna's in the 10th. 17 degrees Taurus. Mercury is in the 7th. Right, 17 degrees Aquarius. Hmm. So this is what, 10 and 7. So this is all about partnerships and work, things of long term. Maybe someone is about to sign a long term contract, or you're thinking about initiating some kind of long term project, and there might be some tension, but I think it's just best to work with the tension. Instead of letting it kind of drown you out, right? And you got the malefics actually final expositors for both of these. Mercury's in the sixth in Aquarius. We know Saturn is transiting through Pisces. Um, so yeah, there's just some communications that's coming up pertaining to your health. Maybe someone has to tell a loved one they need to put something down or stop something so that their health can improve, or maybe even working on some kind of project or venture with one of your loved ones. Maybe your partner, like I said, doing an exercise together, just working together rather than working against each other. And with that, I yield the floor. And finally, we have Luna conjunct Uranus. All right. for the last aspect for this Thursday. It's probably be like the ninth. Probably the 8th. I was right, ninth. All right, so yeah, man, I was talking about that Lunas conjunct Jupiter earlier. Now it's this Luna conjunct Uranus. This is either getting clarity or it's like some kind of inspiration or some kind of financial gift. Could be physical, could be spiritual. You could be reading something and you get an Akashic download. And you're like, oh wow, this is what I needed to know or hear. This is what I've been waiting to others understand. So kind of like an emotional change here towards how you view things, being ruled by a Venus that is kind of void, of course. She's about to shift into Aquarius. So, yeah, really getting into the material, getting to the metaphysics of your so-called religions and, breaking that down and extracting wisdom from that to apply to your own life and really seeing that, hey, all the beings that I thought were outside of me, I can realize that it was inside of me and now use them as an outer example of how I should be or that what I can strive towards to do. And Lunar Uranus is actually trying that ascendant. So yeah, there's some harmony and some really good energy coming to how one views themselves and the things that are reading, or maybe even traveling or some sort, and now going to see different parts of the world. And yeah, this is like good for people to tell their friends to get out of their hometown and, actually travel around and see things rather than being so confined in one spot. And with that, I step back and yield the floor, bro. Islam.
Islam. So, guys, we're having sunrise taking place on the 16th at 0700 hours and 2 minutes to be exact. The sun's at 27 degrees. Aquarius, 18 minutes. Still within the astrological area. And again, you guys are absolutely encouraged to schedule your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions and get your mental magician reports.
Can I get remote control?
Oh, yeah. Forgives. Okay, hold on. Let me do that. Why did it stop? I didn't even press stop share. That is amazing, actually. I didn't even press it. I just hovered over it.
Let's see if it
That
still
is
does.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all good. You're hilarious, bro. That is wild how that does that. Right? Okay.
How am I doing it?
You're hilarious. All right, you got the wrong control, bro. All right, here we go. 27 degrees is a Geminian degree, right? So we're allowing our creative communication skills to make sudden changes in our relationships, right? And how we relate to beings. And really just focusing on, maybe the lesson that's there in that communication. Maybe there's a fated interaction that's necessary for one's growth. So I would say, while in this astrological area, it would be great to get the creative communication pertaining to one's astrology to better have a clearer focus on oneself through self-reflection. With that, I yield the floor. Okay, so right after sunrise is a lunar sextile Neptune. All right, so there's some harmony between, one's home and spirituality, right? There's some growth and opportunity for home spirituality, so to speak. Luna, I don't know why this thing is still up here. Let me see. I'm trying to move this. Okay, did it go down yet? I think it's about to go down. Hold on. I think it's Mary J. Blige right now. Okay. Luna's there in Taurus. You got the mouse now, bro. Luna's there in Taurus. Alrighty. Still at 26 degrees, 16 minutes in Taurus. And Neptune's at 26 degrees, 16 minutes in Pisces. They're in the second and first house. So here one can see that, 26 degrees is Cancer degree. So property and security comes to mind, as well as family and nurturing ideas. Really, when it comes to the people institutionalizing finding, people's values and institutionalizing themselves or finding a spiritual exercise, so to speak. This is where ones can actually have some closure. Absolutely have some closure, especially when it comes to parts of their life that's dealing with their children, as well as dealing with, the spiritual values they want to instill in their children. With that, I yield the floor. Next, we have the first square, right, between the sun and moon. This is the first quarter moon, taking place at 1000 hours and 42 seconds. And after this, Luna, this is Luna's last aspect before egressing Taurus, and then will ingress Gemini after being void of course for 4 hours and 38 minutes. All right. And so Luna is there in the first house at 27 degrees Taurus, 26 minutes, 27 degrees again being a Geminian degree, which means the sun also still at 27 degrees as it started out in the sunrise in Aquarius in the 11th house. So here we may feel out of place in, group, creative group activities. However, with feeling out of place in the creative group activities, this is where we can probably find our inner child by helping children to be able to get over their fascination and denial pertaining to creativity, maybe drawing, maybe some other creative art project, which allows you to be able to get over your own reservations pertaining to group activities as far as creativity. And here also what one can do is really, probably find a bit of, a means to kind of just go with the flow of creativity, maybe following the instructions instead of, just relying on one's own creative abilities, just utilizing the instructions pertaining to a creative project. And those instructions will help one to bring a great value to the whole group. That if this is a situation where you're assisting an art teacher to work with children, those that view the art project when it's complete will actually look at it as it's a really awesome work, much better than you even expected. So that's how I see this particular transit here. And with that, I yield the floor. Of course, while Luna is void of course for its 4 hours and 38 minutes, we see Venus is going to ingress Aquarius just about an hour and 4 minutes after that first lunar square to the sun. So at approximately 11:05, but it's 2 seconds shy of 11:05 at 1100 hours, 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Venus is ingressing Aquarius while in the 9th house. So here I think we can, be able to take hold of, the beauty and being able to really actively transform the way that we study. Also, being able to make sudden changes with the information that's poured out to us also. So I will definitely say here on this holy day, this is where we can be able to really focus on collectively sharing things for the sake of uplifting, fallen humanity, by being able to really actively transform the way we value information being shared, poured out, and how we take that and really even further transform and better our own studies. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna's ingressing Gemini at about 1400 hours and 39 minutes to be exact. 1400 hours, 39 minutes, and 14 seconds. And Luna is ingressing Gemini while in the 11th house. So here, as people will like to have some type of community meeting of some sort, or maybe there will be some type of community meetup where the people are coming together to share their ideas, especially when they come to share those ideas and trying to find a way of not only being able to easily relate or have some kind of dignity in relating with others, but also being very active in valuing, that which is necessary to help transform the way, things are seen as far as interacting with beings, as far as contracts are concerned. So I think people will, with this energy, be able to really focus on, or prepare to focus on, how to really communicate exactly what they see that's beneficial to them, which will ultimately be seen of value to the entire group. And with that, I yield the floor. At about 1500 hours and 1 minute, we see a lunar Venusian trine taking place. It's at 1500 hours, 1 minute, and 16 seconds to be exact. Luna's there at 0 degrees. Gemini, 12 minutes. And Venus is there at 0 degrees, 12 minutes in Aquarius. This is a 7th and 11th house, trine that's taking place. So they're 5 houses away. So underlying that creativity, people are going to value this conversation that's going to take place. You know what I mean? Because ultimately Venus is ruling over Luna there in the 11th, since the 11th house cusp is on Taurus. However, Saturn there in the 8th is really going to bring about a way for the people to really structure a means to really, discipline those that have been entrusted, by the overall general people, by their equals. So people that have trusted people to conduct themselves a certain way for the benefit of the people will be experiencing some super sudden changes, and maybe even some will, new beings will be promoted to a quote unquote seat to better be a trustee for the benefit of the people and their posterity. And then some will be actually receiving some terms of termination, so to speak, or be able to ride out whatever is left of their tenure in office, or be forced to resign from the office that they're in, due to the fact that the people are really making sure they're actively moving forward and transforming how things are contracted on behalf of the people. And by that being communicated and shared, there will be a beautiful death that's going to take place in terms of who is trustee over the people's affairs. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, we see a Luna trine Pluto taking place at about 1100 hours after 1600 hours. To be exact, 1600 hours, 11 minutes, and 15 seconds. Luna is still in the 11th house. However, under the dispositorship now, Luna is in the 10th house. However, under the dispositorship of Aries, which is very interesting too, because the 10th house cusp in this tropical regiomontanous styled house system, or house system style for this chart. 29 degrees Aries is the prophet of the new order. And very interestingly, how Mars is at 2 degrees Aquarius, it just lets me know that there is a means to, actively pour out information when it comes to, one's daily routine, when it comes to one's health, when it comes to also, just daily affairs. One could also say this could pertain to pets and restaurants also. However, when Mars is ruling over the status pertaining to this chart overall, which really is speaking about, children overall, the structure pertaining to children and creativity, or even the children being those grown beings that were children at one time, and now they're recognizing as they're learning and reading and seeing how things as far as public affairs are to be taking place. There's going to be further discussion in transforming these activities for the daily benefit of pertaining to the beneficiaries, so that the trustee malfeasance is next to nil. That's going to take place, because ones are really seeing how the politics behind the scenes are really limiting the inheritance pertaining to the people, as far as things that are made from their dominion and then sold for self-enrichment amongst the belligerent trustees. With that, I yield the floor. Next, we are seeing that Luna is going to trine Mars, of course, so this will be at 2 degrees Gemini and 2 degrees Aquarius. Luna's there in the 9th house and 2 degrees Gemini, 55 minutes. Mars is in the 5th house at 2 degrees Aquarius, 55 minutes. So this is 5 houses away. So again, this is where we're kind of spotlighting, right? For 5 houses away, the keyword I'll use now is spotlighting. This is, that's spotlighting and bringing center stage the foreign affairs pertaining to the people. People are going to be discussing the foreign affairs very openly, and really looking for a way to really allow their self-expression to be heard about all that they've been, seeing pertaining to their values and how things should be handled as far as the public affairs pertaining to those that are public trustees that are doing public service, which is a public trust. And with that even being seen and said, ultimately there will be, thoughts and speech pertaining to reformation of those that are in all levels of government and assumed government, so to speak, no matter if it's all the way up to the executive branch on the federal level, even down to the municipal level or local levels for local police. The people will be allowing themselves to get far more involved than has ever been seen probably in a couple hundred years. And with that, I yield the floor. My last testimony is Mercury is a mercurial Uranian quartile that's taking place, Mercury square Uranus. Alrighty. So again, a mercurial Uranian quartile, right? Mercury square Uranus taking place at 2200 hours, 55 minutes, and 20 seconds. Mercury is there in the fourth house at 19 degrees Aquarius, 19 minutes. Pardon me, 17 minutes. 19 degrees Aquarius, 17 minutes in the fourth house. While Uranus is there at 19 degrees Taurus, 17 minutes in the seventh. In modern astrology, Uranus would be said to be debilitated in the sign pertaining to Taurus and exalted in Scorpio, only in modern astrology. However, if we were to take this and look at that, the sudden changes in relationships are being evaluated to see if like there's a sudden change in relationships actually necessary, or does the information that's already there that's poured out needs to be implemented and enforced after the people really speak about the fact that what has been written already that may have not been poured out and studied, unless people try to take it to a Supreme Court level. The people are going to really, I think, put a microscope, if not a magnifying glass, also on that which has already been written for those that are to, be protectors pertaining to the values from public office, from being public servants that are actually public trustees. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Mel, Islam.
Islam, bro. Gratitude.
Indeed.
And here we are. Here we are. For Saturday, February 17th. Yup. Got the sun at 28 degrees Aquarius. Now we know still rolling over seventh house cusp. Um, yeah, I think that people will really be challenging the public opinion, the general opinion of things. That's what's really coming to mind. Saturn's ruling over that. Saturn's in the first. The people will have to be comfortable with giving up things that never benefited them. As much as it might hurt their feelings or thoughts, they'll have to get over that. And I think the mysteries of life will show themselves, whether it's through work, whether it's through other people, whether it's through commercials, things that people fear the most, ignore the most are going to come to them and they won't be able to ignore it. And, yeah. Yeah. You won't really be able to ignore it. So, embrace the changes. Um, the radical changes and transformations that are taking place within you, that are subtle and that are very obvious, like they would say the elephant in the room. And allow yourself to make those changes for the betterment of yourself and humanity. And with that, I yield the floor. First aspect before sunrise is a Venus conjunct Pluto. Oh, that's interesting, huh? In the first house, wow. Um, Muy, muy. I think zero is like the homicide degrees. So, but a Venus conjunct Pluto in the first, that's just, well, collectively, the people will really be looking differently at how we view money, right? Most people probably never even know, most people probably don't know that we have never had money. For those that are old enough, from the times back then that we have never had money, the values of how we look at money is gonna change. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of a rebirth, a lot of cycles being broken when it comes to how we look at ourselves, how do we view ourselves, how do we connect with others. And most people really don't have nothing besides money, quote unquote. No genuine conversation, nothing to offer. The only thing they think they can do is get with money. But once again, um, money doesn't make the man, right? And then money has never done nothing to uplift the nation. So I think the people will be having a change of heart on what is money, what is the value of it, rather than, wanting to chase the bag, which nothing against it, but how is chasing the bag helping everyone else but you? Because think, if everyone was politically, socially, and economic secure, a lot of the things that go on today and has occurred wouldn't have happened. So this is getting out of the selfishness and embracing humanity at large. And with that, I yield the floor.
Bro, there's gonna be like major exposure about like the trafficking that's taking place. Even even though it's got brought up before, that transit you just went over is about the trafficking taking place through foster care and child protective services. Also, that's definitely very strong in that energy, bro. Like
Hmm.
as you were speaking about it, you were saying things that in my head, I'm like, whoa. As soon as I was like, somebody's doing something faulty with the finances, and when I looked at dispositorships from those two conjunct and then what they're being disposited by, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's about to come to the forefront also, bro, just to add to your wisdom.
Yeah,
I
and I
yield,
was
bro.
just sitting here while you were delineating, I was just sitting here thinking about people paying property taxes. And people just really don't understand. And they have been so conditioned to go along with something that they never were meant to do that they're okay with. Hey, man, I'm okay with working, busting my ass 50, 60 hours a week, struggling, worried about paying taxes that I never qualify for and don't have to. And they're like, oh, well, it doesn't even fund that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be an interesting aspect that being is conjunct Pluto. What we got
Indeed.
next? Luna square Saturn. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so look at that. Luna does some accidental dignity. Look at you, Luna. All right, in the fourth, Saturn's in the first. So yeah, this is just some tension. Um, hmm. Let the babies be themselves. Let the children learn about their history and allow them to grow rather than putting your limiting ideologies on them. And that's for family traditions, that's for so-called religion, just all those things. I think the people will be starting to find their own values, their own customs and traditions that go along with how they're vibrating, as some would like to say, right? Or how they're really recognizing that a lot of they just been going along to get along. And there's some painful truth that's going to show itself that people going to be left with a couple opportunities to yield from some certain things and now allow themselves to embrace or continuing being a one USC one insane person. All right. So Saturn still ruling Senate at 5 degrees. So yeah, this is like a heart to heart. Um And yeah, I think people just don't take the truth as an insult, take it as a opportunity to grow. Because when truth is presented against people's beliefs, they take it as an attack. And really it's a saving grace. As Brother Hassan like to say, here's the life raft. They're like, oh, I don't want that. I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
drowning, but I don't want the life raft. So yeah, just allow one's don't allow one's emotions to push you away from something that's for your growth. Um, that might be mysterious. What you looking at, girl? I ain't letting y'all out. But with that, I yield the floor, bro. It's long.
Islam. All right. So for the 18th, February. Oh, not move forward enough there. Okay. Sun is rising at 0600 hours, 59 minutes and 27 seconds. I trust you guys seeing that the days are getting longer, right? Sunrise is taking place earlier and earlier, right? So with that being said, what we can see is taking place at 29 degrees. Aquarius, which is still kind of reflecting in Leo, the astrological area, which is from 25 to 29 degrees. So with that, the sun ruling over the astrological area as far as seventh house, might be a great idea to get Synastry reading and report. Alrighty, I can give the reading. Brother Sean will give the report for Synastry. I'm pretty sure that can, be something you guys can probably endeavor to do. Just inquire what it is. Again, we're not some like budget astrologers where you can just throw like, here's a couple pennies. Now give me all of this great astrology that I know you guys know. That's not gonna happen. Alrighty, so just come prepared to really respect our time and energy because we enjoy what we're doing. You see what we're doing off the top of our heads. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything, written normally. That's what the whole purpose of flash testimonials do, but I encourage it also. So just lately I haven't been, you know what I mean? I know sometimes you write, bro, or you just go at the top of your head also, you know what I mean? Because we like to challenge ourselves. What'd you say?
I said Freestyle Wednesdays.
Yeah, indeed. We're figuring out Freestyle Wednesday on, right? So with the sunrise taking place here, and we're seeing that what we can be able to do is really just have a subtle and disciplined subconscious mind, especially when it comes to finding how we can relate to astrology as well as how astrology actually coincides with our relationships. So I would suggest a synastry reading on this particular day. With that, I yield the floor. Before sunrise, about 38 minutes before, we're seeing that Luna is going to trine Mercury, right? So there's a lunar mercurial trine that's taking place. To be exact, it is happening at 0600 hours, 21 minutes and 20 seconds. Luna is there at 21 degrees, Gemini 31 minutes, within the fourth house, still having accidental dignity there. And Mercury, of course, is in the first house, 21 degrees, Aquarius, 31 minutes. And by this being, of course, 4 houses away, what I still see here, and it's very interesting because Mercury's ruling over or is dispositing for Luna here, fourth house cusp being on Gemini as well as the fifth house cusp. So here, what the people can do is, in making sure that they're protecting their children, really kind of just ultimately not only just group up and study or have a group study pertaining to certain things, but like I said, I just really find, even before I went live today, I saw some things pop up. When it comes to, again, the child protective services, child support, things of that nature, I think the people are really, coming together in their groups, studying so that they can be able to no longer have the human trafficking and racketeering practices that is taking place, especially through these, modern slavery avenues that's termed, child protective services or, child support and things of that nature. Because what will begin to be seen when people actually study correctly and exercise the jurisprudence concepts in their mind and have them refined appropriately, ones will see who they actually apply to and who they don't, and will have to actually take on the fact that they've got to speak within themselves and really take on and discipline their mind to see that it doesn't apply to most people, except for those that are licensed foster parents. And this is continuing on what I was speaking when I did my few testimonies prior. And I really think that this is necessary, that this is seen that this is the theme that's really taking charge, as well as even people are going to use this energy to take care of other areas. This is just what I'm saying highlighted the most. With that, I yield the floor. 28 minutes after 1500 approximately, we have a lunar Neptunian quartile. The time that is taking place exactly is 1500 hours, 27 minutes, and 38 seconds. Luna is in Gemini at 26 degrees, 21 minutes. However, under the dispositorship of a Venus in the 6th house. So already it's just really letting me know about the daily affairs, one's valuing and really being able to possess a healthy way, all right, of really endeavoring to assist other people's children, and and really probably do their best by staying out of the business and out of the homes of other children, unless there's something that is really needing to be facilitated without there being some improper impositions. With Luna there at 26 degrees, Gemini, 21 minutes. Neptune is at 26 degrees, Pisces, it's saying 20 minutes, right? However, it's in the 9th house, and I think here is where people will be able to thoroughly learn that the direction they need to go into will be much more beneficial if they don't take on a career that is hurtful to others. It could be better if it's a healthy choice in helping. I think people are going to be learning the hard way that are in careers pertaining to institutions that affect home. And I think that lesson will be taken on in a very immediate and very local fashion, that people will be seeing it happening close to them all over the land. With that, I yield the floor. Next, we have a solar lunar trine taking place at about 20 minutes after 2200 hours. And Luna's there at 29 degrees. Gemini, 58 minutes. The sun is at 29 degrees. Aquarius, 28 minutes. They're respectively in the 5th and 9th houses. And ultimately here, I see when it comes to actors and reflecting that astrological area, I think here is where people will begin to see, even and make observations, probably even to our presentations that we've done, maybe as so-called celebrities, famous people, maybe a particular actor of some sort. What the people will begin to see is they'll begin to discuss and talk about the values that we share pertaining to astrology. And what they'll ultimately see, they'll be able to shine a light on the creative outpour that comes from 7HealStar every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I encourage the people to allow their hearts to be illuminated pertaining to that which is discussed and poured out when it comes to our creative presentation, as well as aligning that with your studies and the global and foreign affairs, that we can observe in harmony with that which is said not only about actors and celebrities, but also about those that are within politics. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna's going to be void of course for about 5 minutes, all right, before it egresses Gemini and then ingress Cancer. It's going to ingress Cancer, however, at 0 degrees, of course, Cancer, but within the 9th house, still there in the 9th house. And Mercury, of course, in the 4th house, very interestingly. Mercury in the 4th is actually letting me know that this is where ones can actually have a suitable means in making sure that a reformation, right, a disciplined reformation in the psychology pertaining to the inheritance of people overall, really even looking at the transformation and the values of how action is taken in communities. And here I think that people will be able to feel ultimately secure with that which they study, as they begin to see for themselves that the remedy is in that which they've been studying. However, based on making sure they're getting their concepts correct for the most part, making sure they're thoroughly having correct concepts. And with that, I yield the floor. I think of some time ago, what we were speaking about, Brother Derek was saying, great idea. And Mother Sahar says, yes, the days are getting longer. Indeed, they definitely are. So after that lunar ingress into Cancer, Sol is ingressing Pisces. All righty. And it's ingressing Pisces to be exact at 2300 hours, 12 minutes, and 56 seconds. Sol is ingressing Pisces while in the fourth house. So while Sun is there in the fourth house in Pisces at 0 degrees, 0 minutes, this is where one can really be able to further secure their creative endeavors and in a way where it ties in with where they are, quote unquote, spiritually, and be able to take the fascination and denial of their own self-image or their own public standing or their public, the way they publicly relate to people by really just, moving forward in those things that they may have, never been real confident in. So be fascinated, yet let not the denial actually paralyze one from further, securing their spiritual creativity. So do what you got to do, whether that means, you're getting into, making a commitment to do yoga or some other spiritual exercise or study, or even just, being very creative and doing some type of art, painting, drawing, or music that is quote unquote spiritually centered. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, and whom will well please, Brother Sean Alina. Islam.
Come on, tell me.
Oh, I forgot. By the way, Ekadashi Titi is happening at 2200 hours, 20 minutes. All righty. And that Ekadashi this time, Ekadashi, we would like to say the best way to observe the Ekadashi TT for yourself beneficially is to fast from eating grain. Do your best to not eat grain after 2200 hours. 2200 hours and 20 minutes Eastern. So that's 2120 Central. That's 1920 Pacific. Adjust your time zone accordingly. Some of the best practices I've read is actually eating your last bit of grain 4 hours prior to when the Ekadashi TT begins. This particular Ekadashi TT is taking place for 25 hours and 6 minutes, which means it will not be over until 2300 hours, 26 minutes Eastern, which is 2200 hours, 26 minutes Central, which would be 2000 hours, 6 minutes Pacific. Adjust your time zones accordingly. And with that, I yield the floor to our, and that's when it's over, when I'm saying 22, 26, 23, 26 Eastern, 22, 26 Central, and then 20, 06, I'm sorry. 26. No, it is 26. Forgive me. It is 26. Because it's 5 hours and 6 minutes. That's from the 18th to the 19th. So again, from 11, hold on, let me make sure I got this right. 10:20 Eastern PM, right? 10:20 Eastern, 10:20 PM Eastern to 11:26 PM Eastern. 19th, 18th to the 19th. So within that 25 hours, 6 minute frame. Make sure I said that correct. All right. I yield the floor, Brother Sean Islam.
All right. So yeah, we in Pisces season. Hey.
Pisces.
Yeah, would you look at that? No more seventh houses. Ha ha, give.
Yo, you're hilarious.
Serious. All right, so what's actually pretty cool is that the luminaries are working together there in the sixth house. And what's interesting is that Guru and Luna are in mutual reception by exaltation, while Luna's transiting Cancer. Yeah, it's just like you were saying, bro, like the spiritual practices, your breath work, your yoga, creating, like painting, music, poetry. Man, like even architecture, like any way that you create in your fashion, really to hone into that. Some others might be calling the rest. Some might be wanting to go visit more bodies of water, or take baths more. Any of those things that really help you connect back to yourself and the nature for these next 30 degrees. And with that, I yield the floor. Looks like we have a Luna Saturnian trine. Hey, leave the tree alone. Shit. All right.
Hold on. There we go.
Indeed. All right. So we have Luna there in the 12th, 8 degrees Cancer, 40 minutes. Saturn's in the 8th. Um, this is really interesting is that the people, especially the East Coast, but all together, 8th and 12th, those are like the term the psychic houses, quote unquote, right? Um, Usually interesting here is I think people be able to either remember some dreams or, not to be like a doom and gloom, but they might have some kind of nightmares that wakes them up. It's like having a nightmare and then waking up to the truth of the reality. And now it's like, wow. It's oh my gosh. It was like devil's advocate, right? When at the end of the movie, well, you know that he was in the bathroom in the beginning of the movie, and they went through the whole movie, and then he had snapped out of it, and he actually wanted to do the right thing at the end. He's like, "Oh shit, damn! Now, oh, that was a dream. Well, let me make sure, I don't let this evil, dirty, nasty guy get off, and I know better." So that's kind of energy for that. It's like having visualizations, maybe out of body experiences that allow you to step back, and now you're able to come back and realize that it didn't happen, but it was real enough, kind of like a preview of what's to happen if one doesn't change and become accountable and responsible. So that's what I say for that. And if one never really watched Devil's Advocate, it'd be a good movie to watch, and if it doesn't come like that, it might be a That's So Raven moment for those that remember that show. So yeah, be in harmony with being responsible and, with the energies and thoughts that come to you. And with that, I yield the floor as we move in next to Moon sextile Jupiter. Right. So, we got Saturn and Jupiter, the benefic, malefic, right? So we're coming off a harmonic energy. Now we're able to expand with our growth opportunities from what we received from um, that awakening, that shocking moment, right? Luna's in the 11th, 9 degrees Cancer, and Jupiter's in the ninth. All right. So yeah, when it comes to the mental, there's some growth opportunity to really start moving forward with these new practices, this new information, this new sense of wisdom that you're now having from looking back at your journey and then looking into the now and kind of seeing where you allowed things to happen that were under your control and then things that were out of your control. And now you can work with the grain, work with the information, and start improving different areas, aspects of your life that you're looking to. So this is also giving connecting with foreign cultures. Maybe you'll see two people or a group of people who never you would think would even be together. It's like Satan is linking up with atheists type energy. You're like, what are they doing? And then you'll see like as much as you think they have something different to make them want to debate, they really have something in common in the principle. So finding foreign things to connect with others. Um, for that matter. And let's see, is there anything else for that day? And make sure you join us for Intuition Monday. And bro, I yell, and I think I'm correct. Not the Monday coming up, but I think that next one, that Intuition Monday, will be episode number 500, if I'm correct.
Wowzers. Wow. Yeah, man. I'm really thinking like, do we transform how we're going live?
Bro, I've been
What
thinking the same thing.
like 500 videos and I mean, I think we've had this channel since 2017, but the consistency of video after video after video, I think that's happened within the last 3 years. To get to the point where we're at 500 videos by next Monday, that's because today I think makes video number.
I think you said like 493 and 494.
So this 493. Friday would be 494. Sunday would be 495. Monday would be 496. Wednesday would be 497. Friday would be 498. Sunday would be 499. So yeah, that next Intuition Monday, not this one, but the next one. After the Monday after this one coming. So yes, you're absolutely correct, which would be the 26th. So yeah, on 26th February will be our 500th episode, or 500th video. Let me say it like that. So yeah,
that's interesting. And we are going in on Steve Jobs' natal chart on that day.
That is interesting. That is interesting. And I'm on an iPad and an iPhone, usually on my handheld devices. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. While we're on the internet, Mother Sahar was just double checking about the Ekadashi Titi. She says February 18th at 10:20 p.m. to February 19th, 11:26 Eastern, right? PM Eastern, correct. Fasting from all grains. Is this correct? And I said, yes, beloved mother, absolutely correct. She says, indeed. And she also says, wow, 500 videos. Yeah, and that's not even including all the videos that we actually have within Google Drive of different classes. I just told my beloved mother, mistress, consort, shout out to her. I'm like, babe, we got more videos than I think Lil Wayne did songs.
Yeah, we like on a run of mixtapes right now.
Like for real. Like I'm serious. Like we could literally, if there was some type of streaming app that would allow us to put I'm trying to tell you, bro, we got seasons. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
seasons.
We got seasons. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like we really do. We've freely given 500 come the 26th February. Freely. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bananas. It's amazing too. It's also a testimony to, maybe people just need to check it out. It's like, do we stop at that point? We're not going to be done with Clock of Destiny Book 2, so of course it's not going to be the last one. You know what I mean? Because we like, let's get through Clock of Destiny Book 2 at least. Or, maybe we can, transform it. Like once we're done Clock of Destiny Book 2, like we're complete. Because I think also, let's hold on, where we just did chapter 5. We got this Sunday coming for chapter 4. Then the 25th for chapter 3. So yeah, that's right. We finish in March with the Holy Quran countdown. You know what I'm saying? And then all we got to do is really go over, finish Clock of Destiny Book 2. Like, bruh, it's almost like, what more can I say? Even though we got a lot to say, we got a lot more to share because we already know what we put out there and what we have. People have to fight their boredom and, oh man, this video this long, man, I don't know if I can sit through all this and just really sift through, the different, moments in these videos and just, okay, there's a gem, let me write that down. That's how it was for me. I will watch a whole video just to be like, okay, I got this, I got that. Okay, these are the gems. And even when I go back, I'll be like, oh, dang, I missed that when I was doing this study. So it's like, I trust that we've provided something. I don't.
Yeah, bro, I was watching y'all whole video. I was watching y'all whole videos.
Yeah, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? I told you I was watching before we linked. I'm like, shit. I'm like, they going in, but it's a different kind of energy, right? If we was to sit here and pick out some controversial booty stuff or whatever, the folks would be locked in. They wouldn't even care if it was 2-3 hours because they can sit there and watch seasons of stuff. But when it comes to like a 1-2 hour video, like, oh, that's too long. But it's not too long. It's something that can hold your attention, or it feels like it's gonna have you riled up, or this and that. Like, oh, 7HealStar, man, 7HealStar goes over the astrology of the Bad Girls Club. Boy, what? With some reaction. Like, oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, Mars was there when she put them paws on her. They be like, oh, yeah, tell us more about that astrology, Mo. Why that girl catch them hands? You know, they'll be all on it. Like,
Yeah, if we yeah, I know, man.
if we went that
It's
route.
funny. I'll tell you in private, but I spoke to my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, about an idea, as
Polar
far
or
as some
couple.
particular astrology idea that, you know, the premise in which I would puppeteer this particular venture, it's already in my mind how sad it's going to attract so many people. It's going to get so many views, and it's going to be, I would just say, very different from what we're doing here. I
Man, bro, I
recognize.
think we thinking about the same thing. Like,
Okay, then yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah, because it's like, okay, well, this is what they want. This is what makes them go. Let me pay attention. Okay, okay, we got you. We got
it's
you.
like what was that dude from Next Friday? He said, "Oh, this is what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want." You like, you want
Mm-hmm.
like yours or what? What?
Yeah, yeah. It's sad but true. And then as I watch it as it progresses, because I said we'll puppeteer the thing. No one really ever sees the puppet master. So with that being said, it's like, man, look at this.
No, it's a big fucking fish, nigga.
Look like, and it's gonna catch quick. I already know it's gonna catch quick because what's being planned. It's just I know people aren't going to be able to help themselves. They're gonna click on it. They're gonna want to view it, and it's like, oh, that's what you wanted. You know what I mean? It's like you didn't like the rap songs without the expletives, without the profanity. So let's give you all the music with nothing but things that we don't really like, we don't really prefer. It's going to be I think it's going to be a successful social experiment,
If you
and
would, if you got
maybe
a
we'll talk
Taurus
about
moon,
it after a
that
couple of
booty.
years of its success. What you say?
I said, if you got a Taurus moon, pop that booty. Oh, shorty, a Lisa, Tanya, she a cutie. They just they be on it. I'm a Taurus moon. I mean, pop, pop, pop. All right.
Hey yo, hey yo, whatever. It's going to be funny either way. I'm pretty sure because I'm going to sit back and just laugh at the fact that it's gonna be successful. I already know it's gonna be successful. I'm just
Astro
waiting.
Thotty's corner. I mean,
Yo, yo, that is hilarious. That is real hilarious. But I won't speak too much more on that outside of
yeah, because they're like, please
what we
tell
just
us
spoke
more
on.
so we can copy and go do it ourselves and never give 7HealStar the flowers they deserve for the inspiration they give us. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Indeed, man. I mean, we have been the inspiration for most of these platforms that are out there. And they'll deny that, like, see, they're arrogant. They think they the ones that we know we are. Why? Because the age we are and how much we're sharing, and it's just so much that we've delivered and poured out. Like we are almost like Aquarius itself. We just holding that bucket of water, just pouring out that Aerodonis. Anyway, with which is funny, Aerodonis, erudite information. Anyway, with that being said, uh so I have one testimony on the 20th after the sunrise here in Pisces at 1 degree, Pisces, 20 minutes taking place. Of course, the sun's ruling over the sixth house here. So it's very interesting. This is where I think, daycare institutions will, be under the microscope in some way, shape, or form, or maybe people will be looking at, their you know, their ideas of maybe running their own daycare or really just really focusing on, caring for their little ones and turning up their efforts pertaining to homeschool and making sure that the curriculum for those little ones are something that's actually viable to the point that there's this very fortunate means for children for children to be comfortable in expressing themselves for the curriculum in these daycare slash Head Start or homeschooling situations will help to foster the confidence in these little ones. And with that, I yield the floor. So, of course, after sunrise, about 15 minutes before noon, to be exact, it's 1100 hours, 45 minutes, and 4 seconds. Luna sextile Uranus. Luna's there in Cancer at 19 degrees. Cancer, 21 minutes. Within the second house, and Uranus is there in the 12th. All right. Very interestingly, with us seeing this, and yes, Uranus is at 19 degrees Taurus, 21 minutes in the 12th. With us seeing this, I think here is where we can actually feel at home with the information that we're pouring out for, valuing the studies, right? So in terms of, valuing, erudite studies at home, I think here's where we'll be able to really expand on the closure that we're looking to have in making the sudden changes in the values pertaining to how we're how we're being nurturing to those that are learning from us in ways that we'll be able to not only possess ourselves a means to developing a routine for being able to further promote and better encourage the learning of those little ones that are in our care and that are learning from us. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, as he closes us out for the 21st February 2024 for the Shawnee Mel, Islam.
Islam. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, here we go. So now we got the sun at 2 degrees Pisces, right? So we know that is assisting with, assisting Luna, and that's on that 6th house cusp, right? Shout out to those who think they're born on the cusp.
Jesus Christ. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Unless you can refer to whatever astrologer used that particular born on the cusp technique for their particular techniques that they were utilizing. Is this Ptolemy? Is this Vedius Valens? I think it was Ptolemy, bro. Now that I just thought about it, I think it's Ptolemy who was, thinking that. But Paulus Alexandrinus, Vedius Valens, Ptolemy, Abu Mashar, Alcabetius, Porphyry. We could see who did it. Was it Moranus? Just so many things that we could actually look up to see whose idea pertaining to quote unquote being born on the cusp. Because I do know that it is germane to a particular ancient astrologer or an astrologer from past recordings, that particular astrologer and other astrologers had a particular technique in why they were calculating that way and giving testimonies and delineations according to that frame of thinking. However, I yield the floor, bro. That is very comedic and hilarious what you said for those quote unquote born on the cusp, which God, it doesn't exist, but whatever. Go ahead. I yield, bro.
I was born on the cusp. Anyways, yeah, so back to the sunrise, right? So yeah, maybe the people will be having a new sense of consciousness about finances, especially for those that are creative arts. Maybe the people can now start directing these trustees to fund creative projects. Or maybe you're looking to, reclaim back the title to your vast estate that you had lost being in a dead status. Or maybe, you're looking to do some gardening work, something in that matter. Um, yeah, this is really just about becoming aware of how we are of a service to each other and how we all need each other. Um, yeah, let's see, Jupiter is actually now taking over that. Jupiter's in a second. So yeah, just finding values in the material possessions, but not letting materials rule or dictate or determine what value is. Because it's like it's getting over that. I think that's another one of the other things that needs to be left behind. And with that, I yield the floor. Okay, before sunrise, we have a Luna trine Neptune. All right. Luna's in the eighth, Neptune's in the fourth. Psychic houses again. All right. At a Cancerian degree. So really just honing in on your creativity. And this is the last aspect for Luna goes void, of course. So once again, Jupiter, Luna's final dispositing for itself. Um, Luna and Jupiter is still in mutual reception. So yeah, it's just giving like a lot of creative insights like ideas are just going to be coming out of the blue on how to move forward, or maybe you want to do some kind of change to your physical home, maybe within yourself. Just creative arts here and the insights and flashes that are coming to you that are very valuable. All you have to do is just put it in there, just put the work in and put it out and watch how things are taken care of after that. Jupiter's ruling ascendant and Jupiter's in the fifth, so that's like unlimited creativity and also despising for the fourth here. So this is also giving maybe some of the people looking to because I know I have been the past couple cycles, but I think more people be looking to get into their lineage and maybe some things about ancestry.com and all those other DNA things. Maybe there's something that wasn't fully disclosed that would come out that would get the
Mhm.
people to actually start looking back, talking to their elders and seeing how far they can go back. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna will be void, of course, for 7 hours and 2 minutes. So no major
Yep.
purchases during this time. Get everything before, but it's very late, so you'll probably just have to rise and still give it a bit of time. Uh, Now with the lunar ingress into the fifth. All right, at 0 degrees Leo. Um, So that's interesting. There, it's reflecting Pluto. Hmm. Oh, going to be exact. So yeah, there's just a lot of change and transformation. I just think with this lunar return, or pardon me, not lunar return, this lunar ingress into Leo, there's going to be a lot of reflective energies, a lot of change, a lot of shifts occurring that allows you, yeah, to really just fully embrace love, which is the first principle. People can talk about truth all day and everything else, but if love ain't at the forefront, like how we keep Prophet Noble Drew Ali in our minds, then it's really not gonna hit and or feel as good because people aren't loving themselves and being loved. And yeah, this is emotional joy. So maybe some creativity. Um, it's gonna occur. Maybe doing something with your children. Yeah, Sun's in Pisces, Moon is in Leo. Yeah, this is like enjoying some outdoor activities with your children and then seeing how you can embrace that own inner child by learning from them. And with that, I yield the floor. Um, yep, Luna's about to reflect Pluto. Actually, man, it's all reflections for the rest of this day.
Yepity.
You
Yep.
better not about to undo that moon void of course, or you been thinking, dang, I shouldn't have spent that bread.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So moon reflect Pluto. Um, shoot. Um, Third and ninth house. So we're thinking about the mind, communicating short travels, long distance travel. Um, yeah, I'm just getting that the people are really gonna be having a lot of realizations. And it might be conflict because their own thoughts have been contradicting. possibly due to their hometown, their upbringing or things about their upbringing are coming up that are now revealing some subconscious hitting things, but it's only for transformation. It's only to empower you and better you, rather than kind of being uh kind of stuck in this cycle of like knowing but not really not knowing, but now you wanted to
Mm-hmm.
know, so here you go. So yeah, free yourself from your own thinking and your upbringing, and now embrace the world. And with that, I yield the floor. All right, Luna and Venus is now making a reflection. So Luna's in the 10th, Venus is in the 4th. All right, this is 6 degrees, so we know this is a Virgo degree. So once again, we're thinking about health. Health. What is health with one's relationships with finances? Health and, reflecting on one's relationships with others. The home life, your career life. All right, Venus is an Aquarius in the sixth house. Um, and Luna's in the 10th. Yeah, this is just giving someone breaking out of the family ruts. Um, really just getting that I don't care what the family did. This is what I want to do for myself. Because this is my mission. I've went and got my mental magician report and my mirror. And it's kind of like getting a mortgage loan after finding out they can only give them to farmers and ranchers. It's like I can't do it no more. So Venus ruling the chart as well, which is interesting. Um, and also ruling of that first and eighth. So yeah, that's a lot of self transformation that's occurring. And I hope just the people are taking some time to really reflect and look within, um, during this time. And yeah, find some order and set things in place in order at your home and the career, within your body and outside of yourself. And with that, I yield the floor.
It's an Aquarius in the fourth, man. It is given. It was at one point, as we can see, it was midpointing that Mars and Pluto at one point in time. I think that would have been interesting. Go back and look at when it was midpointing those two, and how was Aries and Scorpio doing at that time. I think that
Hmm.
would be interesting to sneak a peek at in hindsight.
All
How
right.
you, bro?
As aspect, food, the dizzy.
Oh, hold on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We in March.
I was about to say, hold on.
I
That's
know
supposed
what
to say six
time
degrees
travel is, bro.
Aquarius.
Yeah.
It's supposed to say 6 degrees Aquarius. Okay, there we go. There we go.
And yeah, Luna's still in the 10th. So it's just giving me a family feud, and not to be doom and gloom, but it's just kind of like what Brother Hasan went in on Monday, putting the old ways to the back, the elders to the back, and I think those at the younger age are ready, can see clearly what's going on, or have a notion. But then there's the gatekeepers, the elders who want to keep this certain image and fashion going, and now the younger folks like, yo, I cannot do this no more. Out of all due respect. And for myself and for others, I have to now move forward with different relations and different actions to yield some different results. So, um, yeah, people might have been doing one thing and now they're having a change of heart and are looking to um, do something else instead of that. That is emotionally fulfilling, that fuels their drive to properly channel their energy in something, rather than the dead end, right? It's kind of like, oh, it's a no outlet. Well, let me make my own road now through this no outlet, and that. So, yeah. Advanced ruling. Yeah, there's just a change in relationships, how people think after doing some deep reflection. And if one avoids the deep reflection, prepare to feel like you're being attacked or you can't get away from everything that's coming outside of you because you don't want to look within. You know? So if one thinks they're saviors outside themselves, one's going to see that all those saviors outside of yourself are not your savior. What was that Kendrick song? They is not your savior. He is not your savior. But
It's
yeah, I
not.
yield with that.
Indeed, bro. Indeed. All righty. We're gonna save all of that right there. All right. And stop the screen share. I'd like to thank you all for joining us for our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report. Guys, remember we have the first astrology coloring book and ancillary material there also that I print myself and put together myself along with these Astro Oracles too that you will put together yourself. Thanks to my bros, my beloved mother mistress consort, and TUPAC members. Just other things I want to be doing. This is why I'm like really questioning the whole you know,
Man, it's still showing
what
a,
activities are
a
we going to
screen,
do
bro.
online? What do you say?
I said it's still showing your screen if you, I don't know if you
It's
stopped
still
it or
showing
not.
the screen. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I hit the stop screen share. Let me do it one more time. Boom.
There we
Okay.
go.
So yeah. So like I said, guys, the my first astrology coloring book is not just what I titled it. This is the first astrology coloring book to ever exist. Along with this, also the Astro Oracles, and I will also say that this is where Astrology Street comes from. That's on our Astrology Street YouTube channel. Three things that didn't exist at all, couldn't find it anywhere as far as thinking about little ones. And that's kind of what I'm, you know, going to be focusing more on anyway. You know what I mean? That's why I said, how much more going live and being on the internet can we do? I mean, I don't mind us doing maybe like after we get through this Clock of Destiny book two, you know, maybe we'll pop up every once in a while, maybe we'll be on different platforms on certain days, but you want to be probably doing a lot of physical manufacturing, printing, putting things together, being creative. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what I'll be doing, putting my energy back into that more. I think, the things that we've shared and what we have here, I think that the people need to really see that, especially after 500 some odd videos, by the time we probably, lighten our presence on YouTube. You know what I mean? So we can do some other things, maybe, be some places physically, maybe travel to different parts on the land, so that we can have the people get some things in their hands physically from wherever we show up, you know. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions going once?
Oh yeah, if you like to donate a RV, hey,
Yeah, I know,
look,
right?
shine out, yeah, because we've done a lot of videos, but we have a lot more ideas that we have conversed on but haven't put out to the public. But we
Mm-hmm.
have a lot more to really put out. So thank you to everybody that that shows up and sharing it. And like I said, keep sharing it with these groups. And I just see at some point will 7HealStar is already a household name, but it'll be more international, like bigger than Walmart, bigger than Elon Musk, bigger than any of these millionaires, billionaires that you see. Like, we need to be pushed out there and put out there. We're looking to work with other leaders or in the communities because it's important that you have someone really looking out for you rather than these belligerent trustees across the board from county, municipal to state to federal, even international. Like
Mm-hmm.
we are pioneering something and doing things that have not been done, especially when it comes to actually getting out of this stagnant energy and cycle. So we thank you all who have been showing up, who can, type, we were here first, type energy, and we were actually here before the so-called fame and nobility and recognition and all that, because we already recognize ourselves. We just want to inspire and uplift others to motivate them to not do what we do, but move on the information and energy for uniformity that people have been talking about for so long, but don't have the action to support the unity talk. Are you, bro?
Islam, bro. I mean, Islam, most definitely. I will say, yeah, I was looking at some things. I had one of my siblings, one of my patrilineal siblings, reach out, my little sister. So want to put some charts together for her and my nephew, just so that they can see what I've been talking about. You know, I trust that, you know, she's really willing to look into, and like I said, guys, schedule your mirror astro literacy sessions with Brother Hasan, guys. You'll get mental magician reports from Brother Sean Aline L. All right. And we have a lot to offer. Like I said, like, man, to just go into the Google Drive, like, we got so many classes in the Google Drive. We got the first astrology coloring book and the Astro Oracles, which is something that is to help the mind when you guys are folding origami, even though the teacher's edition like this already come pre-folded. You would just have to put them together, or some people order them where they're already put together, but that just means, okay, well, gotta put them in a box, so it's going to be more. You know what I'm saying? If you want them already together, you know what I mean? The regular version where they're not finished, where it's just paper unfinished, that's still at 60 at this point. However, like, of course, the finished version is starting at 180, depending on how you want it, sent to you. That's just that. And then from this literature that is produced, from things I've been inspired by, had Akashic downloads, put it together, have my own printer and ink and stuff like that, and other tools that and then even to put it together, I had to have got the software to do so. So I'm just looking at all these things that I've put in, this work that I've put in, man, from just preparing literature, publishing. Brother Sean's doing his, publishing, especially when he's producing reports. You know what I mean? From scratch. You know what I mean? This is not like, software generated reports. All right. Because we take pride in knowing how to give testimony, for real, giving our own testimonies and putting it together. But not only we have this introductory literature for not only the little ones, but you will see that it's very helpful for mothers and fathers to read and go over, so that they can further have a means of, there's something else to connect with their little ones and to share, to add to the homeschooling purposes, as well as other, erudite endeavors. And then again, from this literature comes Astrology Street, which is a puppet show that has been put together for children, for them to learn astrology, which means you're there with the babies, you can learn it also. So with that, then the classes for the grown beings that we have archived in Google Drive, which we had on 7HealStar.com, but we let that go because we can see that downsizing and minimizing to things where it's just like, hey, you want to contact us? Cool. We got these social medias. You can see us on YouTube. We have all the professional astrology softwares. You know what I mean? At least the bare minimum of all the, professional astrology softwares, all the extra add-ons that you can get for them. But the basics of everything you need, that we can keep you, like I was just telling Brother Sean, like, oh man, I forgot I had this tool in one of my softwares so I can calculate things for a lifetime for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really just good for you guys to just get what you can get, really 3 to 6 months at a time, even though you guys see me offer you a year in advance that you guys can look ahead, which is kind of unheard of in the astrology community. So we do a great work. We're just really looking forward to and positively expecting people to recognize that we are the go-tos for astrology. You know what I mean? I get it. We're sons, So we don't have boobies, and we're not putting on makeup and wigs, and we're not fucking faggots, respectively. All right, so we get it. Those things are seemingly, for some reason, more popular when we're in complete harmony with nature, which is, I think, the type of people that need to be doing astrology only anyway. You know, those that are in complete harmony with nature. Emphasis on in harmony with nature, respectfully, so that you know that it's coming from a harmonious place, right? As far as my heart and mindset, right? Anyone disagree with what I just said there? Questions, comments, and or suggestions going thrice now? Because that was questions and comments and or suggestions going twice that we just did there. Brother Sean went in, and I just now went in. Mother Sahara said, absolutely, it is time to move forward. Yep, it is. So even though we might, once we get, finish the Holy Quran devotional countdown and finish Clock of Destiny Book 2, we might be doing more things, as far as like I said, Mother Sahara is like, man, we need to do more classes where we're focusing on the Moorish community, because that way we can, further comprehend and grasp what we already been given, without having anyone seemingly trying to tear it down, even in the slightest fashion, as if, how we got this information and what we actually stand for based on, the past recorded. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to, diminish or minimize, Moorish Americans at all. Descendants of Moroccans born in America, as it says in the 101s. So with that being said, even though, we are, with Prophet Noble Drawley in the forefronts of our mind, universal. So we're recognizing not just, copper tone beings, we're recognizing all beings on the planet. It just so happens, again, as is said in the oral statements and prophecies, Prophet Noble Drawley, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? I have all statements and prophecies behind me. I know I do. I got to. Let me shoot. Oh, right there. There you go. All statements and prophecies right here, right? So with that being said, it says I'm a universal prophet. My philosophy is universal. I just came to you more first because you need me the most. And actually, I think I have it on the back. Let me make sure I got it here. I'm thinking of this one that comes with the literature, because these are the extras that come with the astrology coloring book. These are just extras, right? I'm trying to think. Do I have it on the back of this? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. I'm a universal prophet. It's right there under it. I am a universal prophet, and my philosophy will be universal. I came to you Moors because you need me the most. Right? And in some portions I've seen it say, I came to you Moors first because you need me the most. Right? The greatest weapon in our hands of our group today in America is our press. The truth will never be told about a disadvantaged minority by the general press of any country, whether that minority be racial, political, or religious, unless we express ourselves through papers of our own. The truth about us will not be told. Our papers are our only hope of shoveling ourselves out from under the avalanche of lies that are annually let loose upon us. The strong free press is the best possible safeguard of the liberties in general, promotion and defense of the interests of a strong free people. Excerpts from Message to America. We organized as the Moorish Holy Temple of Science in the year 1925, and we legally incorporated as a civic organization under the laws of the state of Illinois on November 29th, 1926. The name Moorish Holy Temple of Science was, it says, changed to the Moorish Science Temple of America, May 1928. And not to create any controversy, we know it was adopted. It says on the back of the 101 that the Moorish Holy Temple of Science adopted as its corporate name, Moorish Science Temple of America, so that the civic organization will be able to function on behalf of the people, being a religious corporation, a person, however, to be a means to help those members without them, infighting and picking on one another. Right? Moorish Science Temple of America, May 1928, in accordance with the legal requirements of the Secretary of State of Illinois, which is Lewis Lincoln Emerson. Help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of government. I am depending on your support to get them back into the constitutional fold again, that they will learn to love instead of hate, and will live according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, supporting our free national constitution of the United States of America. So, I think a lot of people need to go back to the, just meeting Prophet Noble Drawley in his literature, right? Along with CM Bay. I know I have some CM Bay literature up here also. Clock of Destiny, Book 1, Circle of Life, Zodiac Constitution, Circle of Life, Clock of Destiny, Book 1, and Clock of Destiny, Book 2. Right? I'm clear on that. So with that being said, were there any questions, comments, and or suggestions? Questions, comments, and or suggestions on the rice? I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Make sure you go to get some victuals. You speak over your victuals so that it may grace you with the energy that you need, the sustenance that is necessary, as well as enjoy it and make sure it's something that is actually good for you. Right? As well as when you go to rest and recharge, make sure you rest and recharge well. All righty, make sure you rest and recharge well. If there are no more questions, comments, and no suggestions, I love you all. This is where I say to you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love.